Yesterday I was meeting my friends after a very long time. And by then, obviously, a lot of things had changed. Then, while we were catching up, it was also time for us to order food. So, when the menu card appeared, out of nowhere, suddenly also appeared our glasses. So, by the time had passed, most of us had reading glasses at least. Now, where were they? Most of the people kept them in their bags, some kept them on their heads, or some even tucked it in their dresses. So now, all this is actually an expression of yourself. When I was discussing with them that why would they not wear their reading glasses? So the common answer that I got, and this is also something that I believe, is that the glasses make me look different. It adds a different identity to my personality. So when I'm actually meeting my friends or when I'm just sitting and not reading anything, this is usually my go-to habit. I put my glasses on top of my head and I love it that way. It makes me look very cool and all. But now, whenever I want to be serious and I want to appear serious, or I want to get into a meeting and I mean business, or I want to tell the other person that, hey, I'm listening to you, I put them on. And the moment I do that, I feel it adds a different layer to my personality. Do you notice the difference here? When I have it here, I'm cool and casual and just cool. When I have it here, I'm in business. But a lot of people also keep wearing their glasses all the time, even if they are just reading glasses, but they prefer wearing it all the time. I don't, but the point is that this is an expression. You know how you're looking. I place these glasses here, or I can place it here. It communicates two different things, and these two different things give out different signals to the world, and hence your perception also gets created. Now, this is exactly the work that I do as an expression architect. No, I am not into consulting about how you should dress up and all of that, but if you actually notice, while I was talking about cool and casual, this was my voice and my tone. But when I was talking about business and how I mean business, I'm serious, my tone of my voice dropped lower. So that's how I wanted to give the impression to the world, right? So this is the perception that I wanted to create. This is the kind of opportunity that I wanted to draw towards me, that don't take me lightly. So this is also another expression. In fact, the brand of eyewear that you choose is also an expression of yourself. Now, this is the kind of thing which is just not the look and feel, but also how you talk, how you pace your words, what is the tone of your voice, all of this. What do you write? What is your social media page looking like? I'm not saying that you have to be somebody else. You are the same person. I'm also the same person. It does not mean that I mean any less business when the specs are on my head. It's just that the perception that the other person has. I'm the same person. Definitely when I am having it on my head, I also mean business. It does not mean that I am taking it frivolously. But probably the other person is not seeing what I actually have to offer. That's the difference. What people see, what is the perception you're creating versus what you truly are, and that is your authentic self. You don't need to be somebody else. You don't need to show off something very different which you're not. But then there's a certain way that you do things, that you carry yourself or you talk about, and all of that which becomes your identity, part of your identity, whether you're dressed up casually or you're dressed up in a serious way, but also what you choose to dress and wear, that is also your identity. The words that you use, that is also your identity. There are sometimes when your words are very measured, they're very peaceful, and there are certain times when it's a little sharp and aggressive and you want the work to be done. because two different environments, it's the same person. What is the gap between what your true authentic self is? What are you trying to express? And what is the perception that you want to create? So here, my work is working backwards from the perception that you want, because you want certain outcomes from your perception. The perception that you want versus what truly you're trying to do, what your expressions are, what are your thoughts which lead to certain feelings, what are those feelings which lead to certain emotions, what are those emotions which lead to certain expressions, and those expressions create certain perceptions. So that's the kind of deep work that I do, but probably it's a little difficult to understand in the first go. So my first thing is to help you understand your authentic self, so there is consistency in the communication that you do, whether you have specs on your head or you have specs on your eyes. But how do you work on your perception? That's the kind of work that I do.